Have you ever considered that the secret music to living beyond 100 might be something far simpler and deeper than just frequenting the gym? So much of our later years is spent obsessing over calorie counts and step targets. Yet, a major study of 80 centenarians has uncovered a truth that may catch you off guard. Even though we're often told that hard physical labor and intense workouts hold the keys to a long life, those who actually reach 100 tend to highlight a completely different shared factor. In this video, we'll go over 7 insights from this landmark music survey that reveal the genuine secrets of the world's oldest people. These aren't guesses or legends. They come directly from the real, life habits music of 80 individuals who have successfully made their way through the aging process. By the time this video ends, you'll know precisely what to pay attention to in your own life, and more importantly, how you can adjust your focus to improve your chances of enjoying a long, joyful, and healthy existence. Stick with us until the finale, because the most crucial point is often the one we miss in our hectic modern lives. Once you recognize these patterns, you'll have a clear roadmap for adding not just more years to your life, but more life to your years. So let's dive in. Number 1, having a vocational purpose. Among the 80 centenarians, one of the strongest indicators wasn't how much they ran or lifted, music, but whether they had a reason to rise each morning. This is frequently called a sense of purpose, but for those who surpass 100, it feels more like a vocational calling that keeps them engaged with the world. Research shows that individuals who maintain a clear role in their community or family tend to have significantly lower stress hormone levels and better immune function. Picture 2 people, Joe and Frank, both 75. Joe stopped working a decade ago and spends most of his time in front of the TV, feeling that his contributions are done. He often feels tired and lacks the drive to interact with his neighbors. Music Frank, in contrast, is also 75, but he volunteers at a local community garden each morning and teaches woodworking to younger neighbors. He feels needed, valued, and tied to the future. While Joe's lack of direction suggests music, his body is slowly winding down. Frank's sense of purpose signals to his brain that he is still essential. This inner drive acts as a biological spark, keeping his heart strong and his mind sharp. Your body is built to support your intentions. Music, and when you have a meaningful reason to live, your system works harder to keep you functioning well. The good news is that you can grow a sense of purpose at any age. It doesn't need to be a grand career. It could be something as simple as caring for a pet, music, mentoring a grandchild, or joining a neighborhood project. The more you give, the stronger you remain. If you've felt somewhat adrift since retiring, don't brush it aside. Start taking small steps to find where you're needed, because ultimately, having a reason to be here is the simplest way to ensure you stay here. So pay attention to your why. It might just be the strongest medicine on your shelf. Number 2, developing adaptive optimism. The survey of 80 centenarians' music emphasized that a common thread wasn't an absence of difficulty, but rather how these individuals chose to view their struggles. This is a form of adaptive music, optimism, a mental habit of seeking the silver lining even when life gets hard. After 70, we all encounter losses, health concerns, and changes beyond our control. Yet the longest living people have a special ability to reinterpret these events in a way that doesn't break their spirit. Take Margaret, an 82-year-old who recently had to surrender her driver's license. Music, instead of seeing it as a loss of freedom, she chose to see it as a chance to walk more and have longer talks with neighbors who give her rides. She stayed cheerful, concentrating on what she still had rather than what was missing. Then there's Susan, also 82, who faced the same situation. She grew bitter, stopped leaving her house, and felt her life was effectively music over. This negative outlook set off a cascade of stress in her body, raising her blood pressure and weakening her heart. What Susan didn't realize was that her perspective was literally influencing her cellular health. Music, chronic pessimism, keeps the body in a constant state of high alert, speeding up aging in the brain and arteries. The centenarians in the study didn't have flawless lives. They simply had a flawless way of looking at their imperfect lives. They used gratitude as a daily survival tool. This is the art of emotional resilience, and its music a factor far more important for longevity than your cholesterol level. The good news is you can retrain your brain toward optimism. Music, it begins with a simple decision to notice one good thing each day, no matter how small. By shifting your focus, you're telling your body that life remains a beautiful adventure worth continuing. This mental change brings a sense of calm that lets your heart beat more slowly and your muscles relax. If you're still watching and finding value here, please comment music number 2 below so I know you're with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend clicking subscribe and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep making quality content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's continue. Number 3, the practice of moderate consumption. While we often hear about the newest diet crazes, the 8-0 centenarians showed that the real secret isn't a particular superfood, but rather the habit of eating moderately and mindfully. Many of these individuals followed a simple rule: eat until only 80% full. Music, this approach prevents the metabolic stress that comes from overeating. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows, and our bodies become less efficient at handling large amounts of fuel. By eating smaller, nutrient-rich meals, these long-lived people kept their blood sugar steady and their weight consistent without extreme dieting. Imagine 2 men, Robert clears throat and Walter, both 78. Robert enjoys his meals but always stops before feeling stuffed. Music, he focuses on fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, treating mealtime as a slow, enjoyable music ritual. Walter, on the other hand, often eats while distracted and keeps going until he's uncomfortably full. This constant overeating leads to chronic inflammation and strains his digestive system and heart. What Walter doesn't realize is that his body uses so much energy processing excess food that less remains for repair and renewal. The centenarians in the study didn't deprive themselves, they simply respected their body's limits. They often cooked their own meals and avoided processed ingredients that interfere with music, the body's natural signals. This point of moderation is a form of self-respect that protects the kidneys, liver, and heart from the wear of modern excess. It's not about being thin. Music, it's about being functional. The good news is you can start this habit at your very next meal. By slowing down and truly tasting your food, you let your brain receive the signal that you've had enough. This simple change can lower your risk of age-related diseases and leave you feeling more energetic all day. Your body is a finely tuned machine, and when you give it just the right amount of fuel, it can keep running smoothly for a very long time. Notice how you feel after eating. If you're tired or sluggish, it might be a sign you're asking too much of your body. By embracing moderation, you're choosing a path of balance, music, and longevity proven by those who have walked it for over a century. Number 4, the power of social integration. Perhaps the most consistent finding among the 8-0 centenarians was the depth and quality of their social bonds. Music, these individuals weren't isolated. They were deeply woven into their families, neighborhoods, or spiritual communities. Human connection isn't just a social extra. It's a biological necessity that regulates our nervous system and lowers the risk of cognitive decline. Loneliness has been shown to music harm your health as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yet many seniors find themselves pulling back as they age. The centenarians, however, made a conscious effort to stay linked with people of all ages. Consider Carol, a 74-year-old woman living alone who hosts a weekly tea for her younger neighbors. She shares her stories, listens to their worries, and feels like an active part of the world. Then there's Nancy, also 74, who has let her social circle shrink until she rarely speaks to anyone except the delivery person. Nancy's isolation is a warning sign that her brain isn't getting the stimulation it needs to stay healthy. Socializing forces the brain to process complex information, language, and emotion, which acts like a workout for the mind. Moreover, the emotional support found in a community serves as a buffer against life's stresses. Music, when you know you have people to turn to, your body produces less cortisol, the stress hormone that can damage your heart and brain over time. The good news is that it's never too late to build new connections. Whether it's joining a local club, volunteering, or simply making it a habit to call a friend, these small actions greatly impact your lifespan. The 80 centenarians didn't necessarily have hundreds of friends. They had a few meaningful relationships where they felt seen and heard. This point of social integration is a key reason why some people stay sharp and vibrant into their 100s, while others start to decline. Your relationships reflect your commitment to life. If you've found yourself spending more time alone, don't ignore it. Reach out, have a conversation, and stay integrated, because how well you connect with others today might just determine how well you stay connected to music, life in the years ahead. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend clicking subscribe and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep making quality content to inform and inspire you. Now let's continue. Number 5, the habit of natural movement. When the 80 centenarians were asked about their exercise routines, very few mentioned going to a gym or lifting heavy weights. Instead, their lives were characterized by steady, natural movement throughout the day. They gardened. They walked to the store. They cleaned their own homes. They spent time on their feet. This kind of low-intensity, consistent activity is far more sustainable and beneficial for the aging body than short bursts of intense exercise. As we get older, our joints and muscles respond better to gentle, frequent use rather than occasional strain. Natural movement keeps blood flowing, lymph moving, and joints lubricated without causing the inflammation that can come from overexertion. Imagine 2 men, Henry and Bill, both 79. Henry has a small vegetable garden he tends every morning. He bends, stretches, and walks around his yard, keeping his body limber and his heart rate steady. Bill, on the other hand, spends most of his day in a recliner and only takes a brisk 30-minute walk once a week. Bill often feels stiff and sore, while Henry feels energetic and mobile. What Bill doesn't realize is that his body grows stagnant between his exercise sessions. The centenarians in the study showed that staying active in daily life is a powerful way to preserve your independence. It maintains your balance, grip strength, and walking speed, all key indicators of how long you'll live. This point of natural movement is about weaving activity into your lifestyle rather than making it a task. The good news is you don't need expensive gear to stay healthy. You can simply choose to take music the stairs, do your own housework, or go for a daily walk in nature. This consistent activity tells your body that it still needs to be strong and resilient, It supports your bone density and keeps your cardiovascular system working well. By choosing natural movement, you're honoring the way your body was designed to function. It's a gentle yet effective way to ensure you stay active and engaged with the world for many years. Pay attention to how much time you spend sitting. If you've been still for too long, stand up, music, and stretch. Your body will thank you for the extra attention and the chance to move. Number 6, mastering sleep hygiene. Another common denominator among the 800 centenarians was music, a deep respect for their sleep and their body's natural rhythms. They didn't stay up late watching television or using electronic devices. Instead, they followed the sun and prioritized quality rest. Sleep is when the body performs its most essential repairs, clearing toxins from the brain and strengthening the immune system. As we age, our sleep patterns can become more fragmented, but those who live the longest take active steps, music, to protect their rest. They keep their bedrooms dark and cool, follow a consistent schedule, and avoid heavy meals or caffeine before bed. Consider Charles, a 68-year-old who recently retired. Music: he often eats a late dinner and spends his evenings scrolling through news on his phone. He finds it hard to fall asleep and often wakes up feeling tired and irritable. Then there's George, also 68, who has a steady evening routine of reading a book under warm light and going to bed at 10 p.m. George wakes up feeling refreshed and sharp, with plenty of energy for his day. What Charles doesn't realize is that his poor sleep is affecting his heart, music health, and his memory. Chronic sleep deprivation leads to increased inflammation and a higher risk of metabolic issues. The centenarians in the survey understood that rest is not a waste of time. It's a vital investment in their longevity. This point of music's sleep hygiene is about creating the right environment for your body to heal. The good news is you can improve your sleep quality with a few simple adjustments. By reducing screen time in the evening and sticking to a routine, you can signal to your brain that it's time to wind music down. This lets you enter the deep, restorative stages of sleep that are so important for your long-term health. Your body has a natural clock that wants to sync with the world. By respecting that clock, you support your heart, brain, and immune system. If you've been struggling with your sleep, don't ignore it. Take steps to create a peaceful sleeping environment and prioritize your rest. Because how well you sleep tonight might just determine how well you live tomorrow. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please music comment number 6 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend clicking subscribe and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep making quality content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's continue. Number 7, embracing spiritual or philosophical peace. The final and perhaps most profound point found among the 800 music centenarians was a sense of inner calm, often rooted in a spiritual practice or a deep philosophical understanding of life. They didn't worry about things beyond their control, and they had a sense of trust in the larger process of life and death. This inner tranquility acts as a powerful shield, music, against the stresses and anxieties that can speed up aging. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply a deep connection to nature, these individuals had a way of quieting their minds and music, finding contentment in the present moment. This mental state lowers blood pressure, reduces heart rate, and creates a sense of overall well-being that's essential for a long life. Take Eleanor, an 80-year-old woman who spends 10 minutes every morning in quiet reflection. She feels a sense of peace that stays with her all day, helping her handle challenges with grace. Then there's Barbara, also 80, who is constantly worried about the future and dwells on past mistakes. Barbara's ongoing anxiety strains her nervous system and makes her more prone to illness. What Barbara doesn't realize is that her lack of inner peace is literally wearing her body down. The centenarians in the study showed that having a spiritual or philosophical anchor is a key factor in their longevity. It allows them to let go of anger, resentment, and fear, all toxic to the body. This point of inner peace is about cultivating a heart that is at rest. The good news is you can start this practice at any time by taking a few moments each day to be still and grateful. You can begin to experience the benefits of a quiet mind. This inner peace isn't something you find. It's something you create through your choices and perspective. It's a gift you give to yourself and your body. By embracing a sense of peace, you're choosing a path of longevity and happiness proven by those who have lived the longest. Music final thoughts. As we wrap up this journey through the secrets of 800 centenarians, take a quiet moment to reflect on what you've heard. The common thread among long-lived people isn't just about hours spent music at the gym or calories counted. It's about having a vocational purpose, cultivating adaptive optimism, practicing moderate consumption, building social integration, moving naturally, mastering sleep hygiene, and embracing spiritual peace. These 7 points aren't merely health tips. They're the building blocks of a life well lived. Your future isn't fixed, and the choices you make today can powerfully affect how many vibrant years lie ahead. If you've noticed areas where you need to improve, don't wait for a doctor to tell you it's time to change. Start now. Find music your purpose, shift your perspective, eat moderately, connect with your community, move your body naturally, protect your sleep, and find your inner peace. The goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live music better, because in the end, longevity isn't only about the number of years left, but the quality of life in those years. You are a repository of wisdom and experience. Music and the world is better because you're in it. Embrace this chapter of your life with dignity and curiosity. You're not just aging, you're arriving at the core of who you are. The habits we discussed today are tools for your independence, and by mastering them, you're taking control of your story. I've seen so many people transform their lives simply music by paying attention to these simple, profound points. Your body wants to thrive, and it's waiting for you to provide the right conditions. Let this information be the spark that helps you refine your routine and reclaim your vitality. You deserve to wake up each morning feeling truly alive and ready to embrace the beauty music of the world. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts matter to us, so please share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. Music, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep making quality content to inform and inspire you. Music, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.